Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports.
On that. No, I can't quit. No, I don't with that. But hey, put me on some. 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 Yeah, we really going dumb. Put me on some. Put me on some. Put me on.
Coming at you from the Peak Chesapeake Energy Arena in beautiful Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder prepare to take the floor. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Today's game marks the continuation of Houston's road schedule. A superb ball club playing a great brand of basketball. #1 record right now in the NBA.
And I think for the Rockets, and I'll tell you, this has been a surprise how they started the year. Obviously, whatever adjustments they made in the offseason, definitely working out for them so far.
You know, Greg, I like to see a team come out of the gate strong, right? Their chemistry has been absolutely sensational.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Mirotic is out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Harden. And it's Wolf at the 1. Doors, we're at the end of the season. The playoff seedings are at stake right now. These are important games. But more and more, we are seeing teams resting players with minor injuries.
Well, I've asked coaches, would you rather be rested or ready? And the reality is they say rested, because we can get ready in the course of a game. The natural rhythm and competitive instincts of players will take over. And this is where teams start to prioritize health more than ever. And I think you see that across all sports, not just the NBA.
Levine can't hit.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. He almost never get that wide open a look.
Screen by Capella. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. We talk a lot about players moving around, trying to create super teams, Doris, but talk about the challenge of coaching a team with all those big name players.
Well, the first thing a coach has to do is you have got to manage the expectations. And those expectations come from a variety of fields, right? The ownership, the players themselves, and the fan base all have expectations of what they want. So you got to manage that. The other part is great players all have ego. Everybody wants their touches. Everyone wants to feel the basketball. So trying to manage a super team involves an awful lot of things. And let's not forget, players 6 through 10 have got to help your team win as well.
Tries again. Harden has a wide open look. Capella kicks to Mirotic. Another miss by Houston. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against the Detroit Pistons. And the dunk by Capella.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Now here's Levine. He had 19 points in the win against Detroit. George against Middleton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fades and shoots.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Lob pass to Capella. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Levine. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on James Harden. Settling into the new season now, Doris. Some teams really finding that groove and their rhythm. Talk about what they can do to maintain that. Sometimes it's easier to get there, but then to maintain it becomes the real chore.
Right, and that's where coaching comes into play. Guys trying to pull the right string, play the right notes with their teams. And obviously, one of the most important things you can have on a night-by-night basis is energy, consistent energy on the defensive end. If you stay in the moment, you You focus on the next play. I know 82 games can be a grind, Kev, but if you break it down into smaller chunks, it becomes much more manageable.
Good idea. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Capella with a screen on Levine. Harden, no good.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, scoring isn't coming naturally to him right now. Looking a little bit uncomfortable out there.
Now, here's Green. His last outing, he had 8 points. Pass to George. Off the screen. Offensive rebound. Nice shot by Pirtle.
Well, the hard work on the offensive glass pays off for Jakob Pirtle. Like to see that mindset from the big man. Goes back up strong as soon as he gets his hands on the basketball.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. For the Thunder, Rudy Gay's checked in for Jermichael Green. Jeremy Grant comes in for George. And it's Roberson in for Levine. Jerebko the screen. Wolf. They can't stop the run with that one.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
And the Rockets with possession here after Rudy Gay's bucket. And Andre Roberson is going to pick up the buck. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a switch here. Diallo's checked in. Jerebko the screen. Pass to Wolf. Pulls up from the corner, and he drops that one in.
Yeah, great anticipation of where the open man was going to be, and Terrence Ross finds him immediately. That's really pretty.
Here's Westbrook, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Russell Westbrook's mantra is, why not? Way of daring himself to greater heights.
I think, Kevin, in time, it became a way to build confidence to take on the world. That why not? Who says you can't? He lives by that maxim, and I love it, Kevin.
Of course, I'm sure you look at these players, evaluate who could make a possible head coach out of the group I'm watching right now. And I'm sure there are a couple players that come to mind for you.
Well, I think when you just talk basketball intellect, one of the first guys that comes to mind is Rajon Rondo. I mean, his insatiable appetite to watch film, to have complete understanding not only of the sets of his own team, but Rajon Rondo, when he's on the defensive end of the floor, as soon as a play is called, he will repeat it and basically tell the teammates, hey, look for this action here. So Rajon Rondo comes to mind. Someone like Andre Iguodala, who also is someone Steve Kerr has referred to as maybe the smartest player he's ever been around. Now, so much more to coaching than just basketball intellect. You've got to be willing to deal with the egos of things, and do these players want to do that? Who knows? Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
Here's Grant. Misses off the right eye.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
It's tipped. Stolen by Westbrook. Teardrop shot. It's rebounded by Udoh.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Jerebko the screen. No good on that one. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, there's no doubt. They were sharp on the offensive end. The bench guys just did a sensational job bringing their A game.
Pass to Grant. Got a piece of it. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Oklahoma City. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. Russell Westbrook is surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around him.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Hustling on that offensive glass. That's led to a number of second chance points.
I don't think the defense has been very good, and right now they're letting them pounce all over them and get second chance opportunities.
Russell Westbrook out there with Diallo. Then there's Grant. Then there's Roberson. And it's Gay in at the power forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Harden, no good.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
And I just love how Gabe penetrates to the bucket. I mean, always looking for the highlight reel play, showing off that awesome vertical. And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
Here's Harden. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Green, he's checked in for Grant. Paul George comes in for Andre Robertson. And Levine subbed in for Diallo. Now, here's Westbrook. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Detroit.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
Westbrook with it. He's covered by Collison. And that one's good. Westbrook's got 10 points in the game. In the past, it has been suggested, Doris, that up-tempo teams couldn't maintain that style and then go on to win the playoffs. Is that an outdated theory and thought process?
Well, I think it is always contingent on the team, Kevin. You think back to the Lakers Showtime era, when the reality is those were up-tempo, Showtime-type teams, right? They could sustain it. But I think the fact of the matter is the teams that sustain success are the ones that can play in virtually any style. Can they play up-tempo if you allow them? Certainly. But when the game slows, particularly in the playoffs and the postseason, can you execute in the half court? Because you've got to be able to play both ways, I think, to win in the modern NBA.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Rudy Gay. Rockets trail. Middleton, a screen on Levine. Here's Harden. Doesn't go that time. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Westbrook with a screen for Levine. Good D by Harden.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Oh, good with the triple.
Well, it's been an up and down quarter for him on the offensive end. Mostly down, though.
There's the pass to George. Fires the 3. Mirotic grabs the miss. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Collison against Westbrook. In the corner, Middleton with it. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Middleton's got 5.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Neither team wants to give an inch. This is fun. Both teams trying desperately to seize the momentum.
Levine wide open. The offensive rebound. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Here's Poeltl. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Harden against Levine. Here's Capella, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. For Houston, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. Houston making some changes. Jerebko comes in for Mirotic. And Shumpert in there for Chris Middleton. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Yeah, maybe a new approach, because what they're doing is not working. You're going to have to alter some things on the offensive end.
Udo's checked in for Capella. Harden can't hit.
They're fortunate to be in front, given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
Inside, George. Second chance effort, and the layup is up and in.
There's a level of physicality that Paul George is willing to play with. This guy can track down second chance opportunities with the best of them.
Now here's Udo. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Feeds to Levine. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 3 assists tonight.
I'll tell you, Levine's a guard, but he has the quickness, the hops. He's difficult to stop in there.
Here is Harden. He had 25 points in the win against Dallas. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Thunder. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line, and he makes the first.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
Nice shot by Pirtle.
Well, Russell Westbrook has excelled at being a facilitator. You love when he's focused on making his teammates better.
Another miss by Houston. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. There's Levine, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
Udo, the pass to Harden. Screen by Udo. Harden, no good.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Pirtle's shot is off.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Now Levine. James Harden missed. On the 3. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Roberson comes in for Russell Westbrook. Elbow shot is on the way. It's good. 9 points in the game so far.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Outside, Levine. Outside, George. Here's Roberson. The teardrop falls in.
Andre Roberson finds his way close to the cup and stays focused. Nice.
Here's Wolf. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Pirtle kicks to Roberson. Grant outside. And the rejection by Udo. Wolf, guarded by Levine. Here's Wolf. And Houston again with the bucket. Thunder trailing by 4.
And slow things up here with a chance to get the last shot of the quarter.
Exactly right. That's what you'd like to see. Hopefully they play the clock to perfection here.
Now here's Levine. Goes up on the high post. That one wide left. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Rockets ahead, up 4.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to you. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. Kenny, what you think about it? And that should do it with this.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Here is Harden. Houston leading by 4. Taking a look at the Rockets. Chris Middleton is out there with Mirotic. Then it's Harden. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Wolf in at the point.
And Harden proving why he's an elite ball handler. Absolutely cutting the D to pieces with his move.
It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Pirtle.
What I love about Russell Westbrook is his single-minded pursuit of a championship. But boy, you better bring your game if you're a member of the media. He wants good questions in an orderly fashion.
Inside, here's Pirtle. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got his 5th rebound in this one. In the corner, Middleton with it. Stolen by George. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Thunder trailing by 7. Westbrook kicks to Levine. On the wing, Green. Back to Levine. Outside Westbrook. Pirtle sets the pick for Westbrook. Pirtle with the ball. Capella's there. And Green gets it to go.
And when Pirtle sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
And Russell Westbrook with plenty of accolades to his name, but all interview team is unlikely to be mentioned there.
Kev, I wouldn't call him loquacious in the postgame. He lets his play do the talking, certainly. And Kevin, that speaks volumes in and of itself.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Harden. He kicks to Mirotic. Poked away. It's stolen by Green. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Thunder with some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Jakob Pirtle. And Diallo subbed in for Zach LaVine. Here's Westbrook. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And here's a look at some stats for Westbrook. In the second half of this season, he's been nothing short of spectacular. 4th in assists and ranked among the top 10 in scoring. He can fill it up with the best of them.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership, and he does not disappoint. And the first one at the line is good.
You know what I admire about Russell Westbrook? Were there weaknesses to his game when he came in? No question about it. But his work habits, his desire to excel and improve have turned those weaknesses into strengths. Truly extraordinary.
Good on the bucket. He's got 15.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside, Green. Shoots over Mirotic. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Rockets leading by 3. Mirotic, a screen on Westbrook. Wolf passes to Mirotic. Mirotic, the screen. Wolf. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
And the way he went about it, no better way to increase the lead and energizes your teammates.
Here's Mirotic. And some nice passing there by Houston. Screen by Capella. Here's Wolf. And it's Houston with another.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Green, the screen. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 6 assists in the game.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Executed on the road, stayed focused. focus, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
No doubt. I mean, they played to their strengths, and that's what helped them get this road win. I loved how they played for each other.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Andre Robertson comes in for George.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
A screen on Harden. Here's Diallo, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. For Oklahoma City, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw. Rockets leading by 6. Capella with a screen on Westbrook. Heritage has a wide open look. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And whatever the adjustments at halftime, they are looking really good right now.
Well, there's no doubt this quarter has been all about them. They've come out hot, and they're not showing any signs of letting up.
Here's Roberson, defended by Middleton. Stolen by Middleton. The 3. Harden, no good.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
Almost like he was anticipating the play call, right? You love the hustle.
Rockets have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jarian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
Got a piece of it. And the Thunder pushing it up now. 17-foot shot on the way. Westbrook, no good. Andre Robertson played power forward, Doris, at Colorado. He has slid all the way down to shooting guard in the NBA.
Well, I like that you use the word guarding, because that is why Andre Robertson is in the NBA. He is an elite defensive player. He can guard across multiple positions. And you think about who he's matching up with on a night-by-night basis. Whether it's 1s, 2s, or 3s, this is one of the more disruptive defenders we have ever seen.
Thunder trailing by 6. 1:16 left in the third. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Thunder have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
1:15 left in the third quarter of the game. The floater, and that's 2 points on the layup. Roberson's got 4 points this quarter.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Harden against Levine. Harden dishes to Uretko. The Rockets again can't hit. Oklahoma City trailing.
And a good opportunity here to go 2 for 1.
Let's see what they do here, Greg, right? Because you know they want to get a couple of possessions out of the time left.
Levine against Harden. There's 25 seconds left to play in the third. And for 3, Collison. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. The Thunder have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. For Oklahoma City, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
Well, I like how Jeremy Grant continues to work on his game. The jumper is coming along, and he remains an exceptional defensive player.
And the combination of athleticism and defense Grant brings is superb. A guy who you can depend on to compete.
the hustle, the energy. Andre Robertson gives it to you on the defensive end every single night.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Thunder out in front as they end the third quarter on a 14-6 run. And don't go away, we'll be back momentarily. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So the Thunder 5 right now. Hurdle is out there with Rudy Gay. And there's Roberson. Then it's Zach Levine. And it's Grant in at the 3-side. Wolf passes to Mirotic, and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. For the Thunder, Jermichael Green comes in for Rudy Gay, and it's George in for Jeremy Grant. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Right side Levine, he gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
The ability of Levine, it's eye-popping on certain nights.
Here's Wolf, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
And the first one at the line is good. Chris Middleton's checked in for Shumpert. Both good from the line that time.
There's that accurate touch of his at the stripe. He is locked in.
And Roberson kicks to Green. Green, the screen. George. Against Middleton. Green with a screen for George. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
They get a hand on it. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
They've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
I don't think any of us can forget that broken leg Paul George suffered playing for the United States national team in 2014. But what a joy, guys, to see him back and playing at an elite level.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He said, guys, we need to play with pace, and that'll get us some early fast break opportunities. We're playing way too predictable right now, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's George, and it comes off the front of the rim. And Doris, you go back to the injury for Paul George. Some moments where you question whether he'd be the same player. Do you think, in your opinion, that factored into his decision to leave Indiana in search of a more competitive situation?
You know what, Kevin, I'm not sure if the injury played a part, but we know unequivocally because Paul George stated it. He wants his legacy to be about winning. And because those peak years for a star player can be fleeting, you have to appreciate the pursuit of just that.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
But both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
Wonderful anticipation from Pirtle on that one, positioning himself perfectly to send that one back.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Harden the pass to Wolf. Kicks it out to Harden. Mirotic the screen. A three. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 6th assist on the night.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Outside Levine. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And eventually they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
Screen by Capella. Wolf passes to Middleton. Harden against Levine. Right side, Mirotic. Pass to Wolf. Mirotic, the screen. And too long on the shot.
Well, I think the defense took that possession off. I'm pretty sure he won't miss next time.
Here's Harden on the wing. To the inside. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Capella.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And if you're sensing a concern, best thing you can do is call timeout.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. You've got to get this game under control. I think he sees some adjustments he can make.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Oklahoma City. The Thunder leading by 3. Shoots it. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
The seasoned veteran, the big shot maker, Russell Westbrook.
Mirotic, a screen on Westbrook. Wolf passes to Mirotic. And another 3 for Houston.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Shoots from the line. And it's Westbrook missing.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
Here's Harden. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Jakob Poeltl. And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. So here's Westbrook. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The first free throw is good. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Now a timeout called by Houston. Rockets trail by 3. Harden against Levine. Here's Wolf. Westbrook pulls it in. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Passes it to Levine. Outside for George. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Capella with a screen on Levine. And Harden with the stop.
And once he got up in the air, he just decided, you know what, I'm going to stay here for a while. I'm going to hit you with a little float. Float on. And he finally takes it down for the finish.
You mentioned the floaters on this. Absolutely. Good reference. Good reference.
Levine delivery in a big moment. What a game we've got.
Here's Harden. That's tipped.
Active defense from Jakob Poeltl. That's the key. When he stays active and alert, blocks are going to be there for him.
That bucket in no time at all. Levine's got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder.
Nifty move by Levine, improving the handle every year, it seems.
Poked away. Pass to Harden. Screen by Capella. Middleton drives in, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
So he gets them both.
Boy, you have to love his poise at the free throw line. He's never rattled, no matter how much pressure he might be under.
1:07 left in the fourth. Westbrook. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Capella. The 3 from Harden. Yes! And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
Here's Westbrook. That shot, no good. The Rockets go the other way with it. This is a huge possession.
This is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure. I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 2. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Back to Levine. 32 seconds left in the fourth.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Capella sets a screen for Harden. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
It feels like that one could be the dagger. Not enough time to completely erase this deficit.
Well, Greg, it's going to be tough, that's for sure. A shot like that has to devastate the other team.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the book.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They trail by 5. 16 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Yeah, the clock is definitely not their friend, and they need to score fast.
And not just sustaining the lead, they're adding to it.
Right, and this is precisely what you want to do. Build up the lead and keep the pressure on.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Boy, now it's just a matter of getting to that final whistle. Those free throws should wrap this up.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.